Like I say, this house has been freshly decorated, okay? So, and it was after this that we've come in and said, oh, look, your house needs rewiring. That was a bit of a bonus, I'm going to be honest, that we managed to do that. Okay. Wiring method, installation method's not great, but so that doesn't work. So it's all a bit of a, you know, one step forward and 3 steps back. So yo, morning everyone. Right, this is our day 3 of the rewire. We didn't do any filming yesterday because I don't know whether you can tell from my voice, I've been feeling a bit rough. Yesterday I was so rough, there was no way I was going to be doing any filming whatsoever. That being said, me and Jack still cracked on, and while I was trying not to black out while I was working. So yes, I've been really rough. But yeah, so I'll give you a quick walk round of where we are now. I've got the board to do today, testing out all the rest of it, pairing up all the Quinetiq switching and things like that if we possibly can. So right, if you are new to the channel and you haven't subscribed, make sure you hit the link in one of these corners. If you turn the notifications on, we normally get videos up probably 2 a week, something like that. That's what we're at the minute. So like I say, I hope you enjoy the channel, and if you do, don't forget to do that for me and give us a thumbs up if you like the videos. Right, let's have a little walk round. So we're in the living room now. Like I say, this house has been freshly decorated, okay? So, and it was after this that we've come in and said, oh, look, your house needs rewiring. So we've tried to keep damage to an absolute minimum. There has been, as with all rewires, there's always going to be some damage. You know, it's inevitable, there's going to be some, but we tried our best. So we did explain to the clients that there's going to be a little bit of damage. This is this in the lounge is the major damage that we've caused. So we've got one full chase because we needed to get, obviously, a supply into this room. We've also got that chase over there, and that pull there didn't work, okay? So the rest of them has not been too bad, and the reason why we can't go, because I've got a wooden floor here, so we've went around everywhere else, but in the hallway it's all completely tiled, so that's why we've had to chase down that wall. But in this room in particular, has had a lot of money spent on it, on the decorating, but we've managed to rewire that without causing any damage to that side. Or let's just go to this side, to that side either. So that was a bit of a bonus, I'm going to be honest, that we managed to do that. So downlights have been replaced. We're coming up the stairs. So we've just started putting all the carpets and stuff back down now. Now, we're using Quinetiq switching. So for those of you who don't know what they are, I'll tell you what, I've got one actually here. It's wireless switching, basically. I didn't want to damage anything going into like chasing all the walls and things like that. So with the wireless switching, you've got essentially a sender module that sends the, once you activate the switch, it then sends the voltage through to your light points. So, that is the actual light switch. So it's just a rocker switch. We use the versions on here for like that go into like an MK grid switch system. So in the loft, we have got a control box. I'll try and find a photo, but you'll see it downstairs anyway. So I've got a control module box upstairs, which has got all the lights for up here that basically come out to each and every one. And then it drops down, obviously, then for these switches here. So the one thing I wasn't sure about is whether I would get them in these back boxes, because these are only quite shallow. But luckily enough for me, they fit. So I've got all those on ready to go. But the reason why I've not put these in and put the face plates on is because it's easier to pair them up into the loft when you're standing right next to each other, and then just go and pop these in the appropriate switches. So yes, so that's where we're at right now. Everything is pretty much second fixed. There's lath and plaster walls, which is this one in particular. Oh my God, they're a nightmare to work with, lath and plaster. So I don't know anyone who has used lath and plaster and gone, oh yeah, it's great. Rubbish. It's absolute rubbish. So that one down there in particular, that one's completely fell to bits, so we've had to fire foam that in, because there's no other way of holding that in. And I don't, like I say, the customers are not expecting to be coming back to their house being completely reboarded and all the rest of it. So we've got our feed, which is actually this one here. That's going to go in a little bit of trunking, said trunking. That's going to be going up, and that's what feeds the lights for the upstairs. And then under here, so the bathroom's not being touched because that's already been rewired previously. So under here we have the consumer unit, which has left me all my tails coming down, which I've just chucked in. So the plan is for me, I'm going to try and get some 4x2 trunking down there, rearrange this little bit down here, board off, that's obsolete now, get that gone, get the board mounted here, I'm hoping, because I've still got the kitchen ring and there's underfloor heating and bits and bobs out there that is still in use. Okay, so when they come to renovate the kitchen, that's when we're going to rewire that room as well. But for now, it's actually passed out okay. Wiring method, installation method's not great, but it's passed. So that's on a later project further on down the line. But yeah, so that's what it is. So right, what we'll do, I'm just waiting for Jack to turn up. I'm going to get cracking on stripping this board out and start getting this sorted. So I'll leave you in here with me. Right, we're a bit further on, as you can see. Now, it's actually been a bit of a pain in the arse getting that on, because the 4-inch, can't get the 4x2 in because it actually catches on this pipe here. And then I thought, oh, okay, that's fine. I'll bring it down to this side here, which worked nice. But directly above, you've got the flue. The flue pipe goes out that way as well. So then that makes the 4-inch would actually go over the window. So that doesn't work. So then what I've got to do then is drop it all into a bit of 2x2 or 50x50 trunking, run it all the way down, which is actually working out. That's fine, you know, it's nice and neat. The other thing is I'm going to move this is why these are here now, because I'm actually going to put the fuse spur here, because I think it's just going to be neater than how it is. But because you're always we're sort of fighting against different methods as such, you're always trying to try something else, try something new. I've brought all the cables through underneath the DIN rail this time, just a bit of again trying something new. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get them all dressed in, but again, because I'm planning on putting the control box here for the wireless switching, I'm just trying to figure out now which way to get my meter tails in nice and neatly. So it's all a bit of a, you know, 1 step forward and 3 steps back. So Jack's just cracking on with the downlights in the kitchen. But yeah, so I've rerouted all the original cables, which I don't know whether you can see them actually from down there. So all the original cables here, I've rerouted them behind the board. Like I say, the old meter here has come out because we don't need that anymore. It's actually serving, the old time switch is serving no purpose whatsoever. So that's coming out. Well, it's gone now. So yeah, so that's what I'm up to at the minute. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to plan and get my meter tails in, and then what I'm going to do is I'll jump back in just as I'm starting to dress these in and explain how I'm going to go about doing that. Today's video is sponsored by Tradeify. For those of you who don't know what Tradeify is, it's a job management software. You can use it on your iPad, your phone, your PC. And once you've set yourselves up, it will save so many hours, not minutes, hours, doing your quotes, estimating, invoicing, things like that. There's a 14-day free trial, which the link's in the description below. After that, if you are really stuck by it, and I don't know why you wouldn't be, to be fair, There's a promo code. If you put in GHawk50, you'll get 50% off for the next 3 months. We personally use it. We've been using it for about 1.5 years now ourselves, and it has been an absolute game changer in running the business. So go and check them out. Links in the description below. And yeah, Tradeify. Give them a look. Right, so we're just getting on now with dressing these cables in. I always prefer to get the CPCs in and away. Now, like this Cooker one here, it's a bit tight. There's not a lot I'm going to be able to do with dressing that in massively nice. It is what it is. You know, you have to sort of work with what you've got. Now, it is easier, which I've now learned, to remove the DIN rail. Because to remove the DIN rail, you haven't got to keep faffing about. Like I say, quite often I'll bring them above the DIN rail, but just thought I fancy trying something new. So what I'll do is I'm going to set you up on time lapse as I get these sorted. But yeah, so earths first, get them in, DIN rail on, and then I can get all my RCBOs in, get them all in order. But this unit here now is all ready for my Kinetic senders. I've already got a cable down because there's going to be, just behind you, there's going to be a weatherproof socket for the outside, so that's already planned in. But yeah, so what I'll do, I'll set it up in time lapse and get cracking. Right, all the earths are in now, CPCs are all in, so we've just put the DIN rail back on and looped them all up. So now it's a case of getting all our RCBOs in. All these tails are ready for our Kinetic switching. But yeah, so we're going to get those on. So what I normally do, if I can get the right one out here at the minute. So get one RCBO out, get that all sorted. Then, so what I normally do, it's all noted down in my book. So click my RCBO on, took the flying lead behind, which I don't know whether you can see that properly. It's a very dodgy camera work, isn't it? Took the flying lead behind, and then dress it all in. But can't really do that one-handed. But yeah, so the idea is you tuck it down that end and then swoop it underneath and then terminator in. So like I say, I'll just get cracking on that. I'll get all those in and then I'll catch up with you in a minute. Right, so we're a bit further on now. So we've got all the board all in place now. Just got to be doing all our final testing and stuff like that now. But yeah, I mean, it's really important obviously to make sure that you are torquing using your Torx screwdriver as well, to make sure you torque all your terminals up properly, because that's how basically fires start as well. As if you're not tightening them up properly, it's no good. So Jack, as we speak, is getting on with filling. So Jack's going around filling all the channels and stuff in. So he's that's partially got through that one sorted. Got all the little bits and bobs. There's only a tiny bit upstairs. It's not too bad. So yeah, so like I say, not a million miles away now from energising this. So I'm just going to quickly whip round the house and test some of the new circuits that we've installed. And then we'll come back to you. Sorry, Jack. We'll come back to you in a second. But yeah, so it's been a bit of a
bit of a mission that as getting those bits in there, but I think you'll agree once that's off that was a better setup on there. The one thing I noticed, like this end cap here just flaps back in the wind, so we'll have to just use a bit of mitre bond on there to hold that in place. Don't know why it does that at all, but yeah, so getting there now. I'll just rattle on with a bit of testing, and then yeah, that should just about do us. Yo, so we are all sorted now as far as we need to get at the minute. So we've got all the boards tested out. This is for my Quinetiq stuff, which there's going to be a full video coming, like I say. So Jack's got the rest of the filler done, and we've just wired up and paired up the Quinetiq switching, which I'll quickly show you in the loft. So Jack's just putting the fronts on at the minute, but I'll just show you upstairs. So we'll pop into the loft, and basically there is our Quinetiq receiver box. So it's all labelled up and all ready to go, and they're all paired up, ready for the lid to be labelled up. And then Jack is just putting the fronts on now, on there, which Jack's doing, and that's the Quinetiq switching. So that's one of them on now. So that turns on our light above our head, and also that's two-way downstairs. But oh, and Jack's just in perfect timing. So Jack's just put the faceplate on there, ready to go. So that's pretty much it for us on this one. Like I say, in the next episode we're going to be doing a full installation on the Quinetiq switching, and it is brilliant, absolutely brilliant stuff. So keep tuned, make sure that you've subscribed, turn your notifications on, because you're not going to want to miss that. All right guys, take care, have a great day.